Hey, this is Josh Ram from Stone Sour, and this is a Fret 12 update.
You don't mind if I take my fucking jacket off, do you? He doesn't know I wore it. You remember fucking Josh Ram on the guitar?
Basically just working on some of the songs off of part 2, getting ready to play them live, and then taking a break, actually, about a year and a half in the, process of making both House of Golden Bones 1 and 2, and then touring it kind of just really took its toll on the 5 of us, so we took, the last 6 months basically off. For this run, I knew definitely, I usually keep track of all the set lists that we do, and I really wanted it to be different than the previous tour for this cycle. So I wanted to make sure that we played a lot of stuff off of part 2 and kind of rotated some of the older stuff around that we hadn't played, like Inhale. Put the list together, sent it to Corey, make sure he was totally cool with it, and helped kind of do the placement of where the songs would be in the set for him, to make it a little bit easier for singing, and that's normally how we do it. Right now it's Gravesend. It's just, there's just a power to it when we play it live. And plus it has an old Stone Sour type vibe from like the first album, and it's very moody, so that's my favorite at this point. It's crazy because I haven't played cover songs, to be quite honest, in probably over a decade. So I'm having to learn these songs as we go, and since we're changing it up every 3 to 4 days, but it's cool, we're paying respect to all the bands that helped influence us, but there is some work involved. I'm a perfectionist, so I want to make sure that everything is like spot on, at least from my part of, to the original. Me and Corey go kind of back and forth of the bands, and then, just basically practice it at soundcheck. For instance, we did Love Gun, was the last one that we've done, and played it a couple times at soundcheck, and then threw it in the set. And that's pretty much how it's been with all of them, with the exception of Children of the Grave, which we played all through Europe. Tonight we'll be adding a new one, and there's still, I think, 4 or 5 songs that we want to have played by the end of this run. Well, Christian, who is a friend of the band, came in to fill Jim's role on this run, and in the beginning we thought who would play what, and it didn't make sense to me for me to learn all of Jim's parts and teach somebody all my parts. That's just kind of crazy. So he worked on learning Jim's parts, and that's basically it. I play the exact same stuff that I tracked when we made the record, and he plays Jim's stuff. It was pretty crazy. We rehearsed in Corey's basement, and we used our in-ears, and everything was pretty much direct, and we mic'd off Roy's drum kit. So it was definitely a different experience rehearsing, but it was almost like this silent rave thing that's going on, where everybody has their headphones. It's kind of the same type of thing that we did, but it was cool because you could, with the in-ears, you could really hear, everybody together and make sure everybody's on the same page and playing stuff right, which sometimes that gets lost in the volume of if everything was amplified. For me, it's definitely weird. For one, I'm playing on stage left, which I've done 1,000 shows on stage right, and I'm still getting used to being on that side of the stage. It's like, when the song ends and it's time to do a guitar change, I keep having to fight myself to go over to stage left. But, once we did a couple of shows, we felt you know, everybody had also done their homework prior to us getting together in Des Moines. So, I mean, right now I think it's the best that we've played in quite a long time as far as tightness goes.
Further and further I fade away.
It's cool. It's definitely different. Really my 10-year-olds who got me to start getting into it. And, you know, the thing is when I decided to do it, the main thing was I didn't want to always just, I wanted to show stuff from my perspective, you know, for the most part, of stuff that I see and my experiences, and not just a bunch of selfies of look at me and look at this. And I wanted to show everybody all the aspects of touring or doing what I do for a profession, you know, even the parts that aren't glamorous, because I know, you know, a lot of times that's all that everybody wants to put up is the glamour side of things, you know, and I really wanted it to be true and honest all the way down from, you know, making dinner at my house to, you know, whatever it may be, and that's the plan, whether people like it or not, you know, it's just going to be me. You know, I think it's, with some people, it's just the backstory of myself, because I've been so reserved on things. So I think that there's a new connection that, or maybe me being a little bit more understood with things that I do once you see the backstory with everything. And I think that that'll continue to grow as time goes on and more people view the documentary side of the DVD. Me, you know, I'm a person that always has to stay busy. One of the things that I did do on the break was like completely remodel my upstairs. So I guess it would be like, see Josh Rand, you know, almost like a Bob Vila, you know, built this house type vibe. So, you know, I guess that would be the next chapter since we filmed it, that, and then just preparation for the tour that we're on right now. It's kind of interesting. Well, I've switched over to the S guitar. So first thing is first, those aren't signature model guitars. They put me in with the S models, and it's hard to talk about them because to be quite honest, I haven't seen them. But I know that they were going to move me in the catalog, and I'm sure out there for the advertisements for the S body. Yes, actually it's in the other room, a custom shop, the first one that they built. I wanted to get something lighter, because I had been playing SAs all mahogany, and they're actually pretty heavy. And they came to me about playing an S, and I was like, well, that makes sense, because I want something lighter. And so they built me, right now it's just an all black, everything's black on it, S. And then the plan is them to build me a hot pink one with the polka dots, an S. Hopefully I'll have that by the middle of the year. I don't think so. I mean, never say never, but right now, Stone Sour has pretty much always been my focus, and somebody also has to help keep things going even when the other two are in Slipknot, so that's kind of been my gig, so that's the plan. When we wrap this tour up, I'm gonna go back to Berkeley for the online courses for the rest of the year. I need to still take Blues 101, Jazz 101, and an elective to get my master's certificate. So that'll pretty much wrap up the rest of this year. And then next year I'll begin writing the new Stone Sour record.